Hi guys, welcome back to another panel. Now we're going to do a panel on how to start your own YouTuber SMP, which stands for Survival Multiplayer. Yeah, so if you want to play with your friends or some new people, we're going to try and teach you things you can do to make it good. So first we're going to introduce our panelists. So we're going to go from left to right, my left to right. So Katie, we'll start with you.
Hi, so I'm KTMH26. I currently own and created Hunter Baby SMP and Insomnia SMP, which I both modded, but I've had a few in the past too. So yeah, I've also been a part of like too many to count.
Oh, that's relatable.
SMPs are like my favorite.
I'm Shannon Good. I currently co-own Club Disney SMP, and also have been a member of many SMPs as well.
And I am Moon, aka Rebecca, and I also co-own Club Disney SMP. And like the other two, I have also been in too many SMPs to count.
We're all ashamed of that. Oh god. It's like
So many.
A weekend, guys. It's too much. We need to start a new one. Can't.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we've
so
also all been a lot of each other's SMPs too.
Yeah.
Oh, so everyone knows everyone's like annoying things that they don't like. Like we're gonna get on, boys. We're gonna get on. All right, we're gonna start with a fresh first question. Where is it? All right. So obviously you guys, you all have like SMPs. You've all been part of SMPs. Like, so what was your inspiration to like create your own? I guess rather than joining one. Let's start with Tigress at the end.
Oh, start with me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so essentially, Shannon actually came up with the idea of Club Disney SMP and invited me to help co-own it with her. And I think the whole inspiration was actually her. because literally I never would have thought of owning an SMP or anything myself until she came along and suggested Club Disney SMP.
Yeah, so pretty much, I mean, the idea I had is just because I love Disney, and I know a lot of other people love Disney, and just kind of bringing that to the SMP environment. And I just really wanted to own an SMP because being a member for so long, I wanted to be a little bit more involved, a little more hands-on, kind of like build my own experience and share that with other people, kind of take the stress off of others, and just let them have something that they can enjoy as well.
I think for me, the two that I have now, well, I mean, like Club Disney's pretty unique too, but the two that I have now are like pretty unique ideas that I've never seen before. Because the one is like, well, the Hunter Baby Challenge in Minecraft isn't unique, but like the SMP and the around that's unique. And then Insomnia, everything's at night, and I've never seen that before, at least myself. So I think I just had those ideas just randomly, and I wanted to create a server for other people to play on too with me. Otherwise, if someone else would have made those SMPs, I probably would have joined them, but I already knew how to do plugins and mod packs and stuff anyway, so it's pretty fun. And it's like really a creative way too, because like especially lately a lot of SMPs will do like quests and stuff. Like I feel like that didn't used to happen a few years ago. And so like you get to create those quests and design the spawn and pick the mods and stuff, and yeah, it's really fun.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna build on that. So like you guys mentioned that you're part of like loads of different like SMPs. So whenever you're ready to answer, like what's like an interesting like SMP like kind of concept, I guess, and like where did you think of it, and like how has it made the SMP more interesting to play on? Anyone can go.
Well, the Hunter Baby SMP started mainly because I was doing the Hunter Baby challenge in Minecraft, and that ended because if you don't like the Hunter Baby challenge, you use the mod Minecraft Comes Alive. It's not as hard as the Sims version, but so you like can pick a spouse and get married to them and then make like little NPC babies, which is kind of weird but fun. So I had finished the challenge by myself solo, and I wanted to keep doing it, and it was a series my viewers really enjoyed, and I thought, why not make it an SMP and then have like 2,000 babies? So that's kind of like how I got that idea for that, and yeah,
It's a lot of babies. What?
it was a lot, and I'm
Yo.
so surprised that the server never like lagged because of the babies.
Baby lag.
Yeah, ours pretty much, we make our server unique. I mean, again, it has like the whole Disney feel. Also started because I have like Disney content and stuff on my channel. Wanted to kind of bring that into like the SMP environment. But we have all of our members choose a character to kind of give it like a semi role play. They get to choose whether they want to make it like they are the character, they're themselves, but kind of guide their journey, like how they're going to build their house, what kind of stuff they do on the server. So it's a little unique because it's not just them going off and doing the same thing in an SMP just on a different server, but kind of giving it a little bit of a different spin and making it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, and one thing just to build off of that is we originally came up, well, Shannon came up with the idea originally for the Club Disney SMP, but a lot of the things we kind of came up with and built off of as we were going along. For example, the Trader Johan's shop, we weren't going to have that actually until we finally came up with it when we were actually building it and like, oh, you know, that would be really interesting to have a shop and we could have it as Trader Johan's.
Dude, there's such good. I guess like because you have like, what people have like assume their roles. Like I guess it kind of like gives them a better like end goal, I guess, or makes them because they're restricted to a certain building, so it makes them more creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they're looking for ideas or something, and they can't think of like a video idea, they can look back on the character and see kind of like how their journey was, and kind of give them inspiration for something else to record.
What characters are you guys? I forgot.
I'm
I
Belle.
am Fawn. I am
Ooh,
Fawn.
I'm Elsa the Snow Queen.
Katie's
Ooh,
the center,
ooh.
SMP.
Oh, that'd be real cool because like if you're Elsa, right? I guess you use a lot of ice. I guess.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the best builder, but I did my best, and I have an ice castle
Ooh.
and
It
like
is
a
beautiful.
snowy mountain. Thank you.
hmm
The inside's a lot better looking than the outside.
Yeah. See, I feel like in like a normal one, you wouldn't. Someone probably wouldn't build that because
No,
they
I
don't.
would never.
Yeah.
But like since you're in the role, it's sort of like, oh, well, I guess I should build it, and then you have to.
Yeah, because that's not like my building style at all. But it
Yeah.
was really fun to do something unique.
Different, yeah, and different.
It basically gives an overall theme to the person.
Yeah,
And I
so,
get to sing Let It Go all the time.
so everyone's faces feel like slightly different. So you're not just going there and going, oh, look, it's the same thing, but it's just a different building. It's like a whole different theme.
Yeah.
Everyone's houses are so different due to that.
What would you? Who do you think has like the most, like challenging or like unique kind of style that they have to build off?
Oh, I would say Baymax.
I was
Rolf's
gonna say
Yeah.
gonna say that.
had a very, very unique challenge to make his, and he ended up building it in a mountain,
Ooh.
and it looks
Ooh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even know how to build a house for Max.
Me neither.
Just white everywhere.
Well, they lived like in an
round.
apartment in the movie, so
Yeah.
I'd probably have to build like a city, and then just have like my farms in like an apartment building or something.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I saw that. Well, you guys talked about like, Katie, you talked about modded as well, and so like, when you're assembling mods, is there any specific mods that you always include, and or what mods do you always look for?
I feel like DecoCraft, Crayfish, Furniture,
Yeah.
it's pretty much in every single SMP. Trying to think of some other ones. Like Fairy Lights
Biomes
gets
of
used a
Plenty.
lot. Biomes of Plenty gets used a lot.
More player models.
Yeah, well, pretty much every single SMP has more player models. That's really cool also because with the Club Disney, a lot of us have like the HD skins.
Yeah.
So we have like, I think you made mine, didn't you, Moon?
Yep.
She made
Where
mine
I-
too.
yeah, like really pretty eyes and like flowy hair and stuff. That like
Yeah,
adds
Whoa.
to
and
the
snowflakes.
role play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm trying to think
I
of some other ones.
don't even know what that mod is, but it sounds cool.
Oh,
Sounds really
it's
cool.
you can like add skirts and tails and ears, and it's really
It
cool.
just
Oh,
changes your
ears.
player model to like modify it. You
Ah.
can change like the size of the body. You can be like a mob if
Whoa.
you want, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's good for
Dude.
role plays too.
that is super cool. Well, better note that down for mine.
I think we also use.
Oh yeah,
curse
JEI
words
would be used a lot. Which one?
I said we also use just curse words to kind of like scroll through and like look at all of the
Yeah.
mods and see if
Yeah.
there were any that would be useful or fit our SMP.
Mhm.
For example, Shannon and I had like a limit. We were like, only this many mods, only that many.
We wanted to make it so more players would be able
Yeah.
to join because not everyone has like a really strong computer to handle a ton of mods. So we wanted to like kind of limit it to not huge things, so that way more people would be able to be a part of the SMP.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And
I,
so we kind of had to like play basically, is this mod important enough to be on the SMP or should we just kick it off?
Yeah.
so like what are your guys' favorite mods? I guess like it doesn't matter if it's not in an SMP or not. Like, what's your favorite mod that you would always like to have?
Cooking with
Hmm.
blockheads.
With what now?
Cooking with blockheads, yes. So essentially what it is it is basically an add-on to Pam's Harvest Craft, and it allows you to store food in cupboards, and they actually open and you can see inside of them.
Ooh.
You can also access all of the furniture as long as they're connected to each other. So you basically have a tabletop, and you can make food from it from the Pam's Harvest Craft without having to put everything in it. You can literally just click the food that you want, and then it gives it to you.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Dude,
and you
what?
and you
There's
have
so
like
many
an
mods I
oven,
don't know about. What?
and you have like an oven. You have, I think you actually have a microwave in that one too. You also have a toaster. You have a milk jar. You have a fridge. Basically, you have a bunch of kitchen furniture, including spice racks and tool racks.
Ooh,
That's cool. Spicy.
spicy.
Very spicy.
I think my favorite mod would be Chisels and Bits. Recently with Club
Oh.
Disney, we've used that a lot, and I just love being able to take the big blocks and just create like tiny little like statues and different designs, and just making all of the builds so much more exciting.
I ran away.
Oh. That's my favorite.
Yeah, oh dude, I really should start using chisel and bits more because we always just seem to use like carpenters and stuff like that, but never really chisel and bits.
We also have on our
See?
server an armor add-on where you can actually take chisels and bits and turn it into armor. So we have a lot of like custom like Disney hats and
Oh, that's how you do
costumes
that.
with
Uh-huh.
it. So
But I
that's also
will
really cool.
say one thing: be prepared for how long it takes to use chisel and bits.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
I've seen people do it, and I'm like, ooh,
Mhm.
ooh, you can, but like, I think that doesn't bother me as much as more of how much inventory space like the little bits take up, and you have to store it everywhere, and it's like,
Yep.
gonna find.
That's
it
why I
so
only use it
bad.
in creative. I don't use it in survival.
Actually, in survival, there is like a little like chisel and bit bag that you can put extras in that you don't need. The only thing I find that would be annoying for that is you have to keep figuring out which block you don't need and then stick it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
All
What's
right.
your favorite mod, Katie?
I think maybe vampirism. I use that mod a
Oh.
lot, and I haven't for a while, but it's gonna be in my new mod pack in my new series starting like next week. So I'm really excited to play that and hopefully like finish the vampire track this time. That's
Oh.
always really fun. Plus this SMP, it's all at night, so you're never gonna burn.
That'd be
Hey.
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey guys, can I come inside your house? No. Oh, right. Guess I can't come in then. So, obviously SMPs comes with like running servers. Where did you guys like learn how to run your own server, and like how would you, or what advice would you give to people who want to run their own as well?
Well, back even before I did YouTube, me and my cousin always tried to make these faction servers, which never took off, obviously, but it was always really fun. I think we just liked the making the server part, and then once it was like open, we didn't really care. We made a new one, so I kind of learned plugins and like FTP file access and stuff like that through him because he had already knew that. Obviously, mods are they're kind of the same as plugins, the way you install them and the config and stuff. So that's pretty similar. So I've just always kept up on that knowledge, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Moon and I have also had experience. We worked more with townie servers than factions, kind of doing that kind of stuff, and towards the end doing some back end things. It was a lot of Googling, especially with never doing modded before. But luckily, we have our server hosted through Auranode, who's actually owned by one of our friends. And he knows all things computers. So anytime we'd have questions about installing the mods, versions, anything like that, he was a great resource to go to for help.
And there's so many tutorials on YouTube.
Oh, so many. Oh.
And like even like I like if you specifically have the server host that you're paying for, a lot of times they'll have their own tutorials.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I know that some server hosts literally just have some mod packs, like if it's not custom, just there and you just install, which is super easy to do. You don't have to worry about it; and it's just done. Which I think is really good for especially new people or maybe younger kids who aren't really. They just want to do the playing part.
Yeah, because like the most popular ones will be there, the ones that they've probably seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, so obviously SMPs is all about other people joining. Yeah. So,
Yes.
so when you guys want new people to join, how do you tell them? How do you share the message about that? Hey guys, we want more people.
Well, Twitter and YouTube are great ways to do so. For example, like with Katie, like you have in the past before, like had like a video, like come join like my SMP, things like that before. And then Shannon and I also had like a Club Disney SMP applications open, apply now. And then we also shared it on Twitter.
Yeah, we have Club Disney SMP dedicated Twitter to share out when we're looking for new members and that kind of stuff, and then an application that people can fill out.
Yeah, I feel like they're used to, at least I knew of, like a few years ago, knew of more like forums and stuff for YouTubers, but I don't really follow any of those now. I wonder if like Reddit or something there might be, but I don't really know about that. Now I just like tweet out or like I have a dedicated Twitter for both my SMPs, and I'll tweet out and I'll retweet it from my main Twitter and share it like that. And then you can also like, because we have Discords for Club Disney, Hunter Baby, and Insomnia have their own Discord servers. So at least in mine, I don't remember if Club Disney did or not, we'll have like a suggest members section where like your members can link their friends' channels and stuff like that. So you can find new people that way.
Nice. Yeah, I like. What do you think? Twitter or YouTube works better? Or do you think they both work equally as good?
I feel as though they both equally work in different ways. For example, for YouTube, it kind of gains more like viewers, I think.
It's more like people that aren't part of the community already.
Yeah, that, and it also hypes up the whole SMP because then you can give like a kind of like a little miniature like sneak peek of it. And then on Twitter, it's more for like people people who are in the community. For example, Katie's seen it, and then she also joined Club Disney SMP.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like Twitter would be like people that you've heard of or people that you know probably, and yeah.
Yep.
So for anybody that hasn't done their own like I guess, or they're joining a new one for the first time, what advice would you give them for like when they're joining maybe a server with people that they don't really know, or maybe one or two?
Oh, so one good thing to do is Shin and I have actually encountered this. For applicants who are applying to an SMP, please make sure you actually read the info and such that they are giving you. For example, we've had some who were unable to run mods apply for Club Disney SMP, which is a modded survival Minecraft server. So obviously we wouldn't be able to accept you if you couldn't run mods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh, I think also like a step before that question, if you're applying, if you don't get it, like if you're just starting out YouTube and you don't get accepted to the first one, like don't be too beat up about it. Like personally, when I look at applications, I look more at the quality over numbers of any
Yeah.
kind. But I mean like the
Yeah.
number other than like your upload frequency. Like that's the only number I would look at. But yeah, because like Insomnia SMP, like I mean I could have more slots, but we only made 15 slots available, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have as much RAM in the server, so I didn't want to overload it. I wanted to try with 15 people and then maybe add more later. So if you don't get accepted the first time, don't beat yourself up about it. But also, if you do get accepted, then to go on your question, just be nice, get to know the people, and don't be rude, don't steal, read the rules. And if you're not planning on playing on the SMP, which might be kind of hypocritical for me because I used to join SMPs a few years ago and then never say anything. But I'm trying to let people know now that like if you're not interested in playing once you join, just like let the owner know. They're not going to be too upset.
Yeah.
And then they can have that space for someone else to play, especially if it's a server that is limited in the numbers. Because then you're just going to keep getting added on Discord. They're just going to be like,
Yeah.
where you at?
Yep.
You're going to be like, hey, I'm not going there.
Yeah, and
Oh,
channel
right.
size doesn't matter at all. Like we have
Yeah.
everywhere from like 40 subscribers on a channel to like in the tens of thousands. So like even if you think that your channel's too small, it may never be as long as you're creating good content.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think not personally. I think other people, I don't know specifically people, but they might care about the numbers. But I know the three
Yeah.
of us don't.
Alright, there's a question in chat from Redstone Bashu who which linking back to the modded one where it's like
That's a
so
very good question.
when you're doing a modded SMP, do you first find a mod to base the series on, or do you think of an idea to base it on and then look for the mods?
Oh, well, I think with my two SMPs that I keep talking about, it's been both things because the Hunter Baby SMP was based all around that one mod, the Minecraft Comes Alive mod, because you need that for the challenge because it's like a challenge. I guess it's more based around the challenge and the mod. And then Insomnia, I just had the idea because Insomnia, like, it's always night. And so we wanted like spooky, like Halloween, like night themed mods to go with that. So kind of both for me. I have one way and one the other.
I think for us, it was more like the idea first because Shannon came up with the idea for it, and then we just kind of added mods that we thought would work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
there's not many like Disney mods, is there?
No.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
depends if like you find a mod that you think is significant enough to make it work. Then yeah, you can build it around that, but sometimes it's just the idea that you have and then you find a mod to match it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
So,
like some might be based around a whole mod pack too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Wait, because there's mod packs that are based on like space and like space, which is like
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, I did
So-
that once. That's what I was
I
referring
love
to.
that. It's my favorite thing. I love doing that.
That's cool.
Honestly, I always try to make sure we get that mod in every time we do one. I'm like, guys, put it in. Yeah, good.
Go
I
to
don't care.
space.
I'm like, guys, I don't care if we're doing a magic based one. I want my space in. All right, just put it in. I don't care about it. It's fine. You guys can do your magic. I'll just be on the moon or something. Make a
Magic
cool
on the
little
moon.
base. Yeah, exactly, guys.
The magical moon.
What's better than magic on the earth? Magic on- See?
It can be a magical moon.
Yes.
Although it did backfire once because I forgot to hold space and we kind of stranded ourselves there.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
no.
the
Oh, no.
worst. You crash on the moon.
I like lagged and then we just shot down to the floor. And it just exploded in
Oh.
it was
You
good.
could always have each planet have a different theme of magic, and you can only use that magic on that moon
Ooh,
or
ooh,
planet.
I like
There you
that.
go.
I like that.
SMP ideas live here on
Like-
Keep It.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. That is a good idea.
Vampires on the moon.
Yes.
Oh, space vampire.
Space of werewolves versus vampires. Different magic fights on different
Yes.
planets.
Mhm.
Oh, look, guys, we're developing the next mod pack right here.
Yeah.
Space magic. So, so obviously, SMPs, as we said, well, obviously they have a lot of people in it. How do you keep the people like engaged within like the specific theme? Because they might get bored of it. Like, how do you keep it? Do you guys run like any events or anything like that?
Moon's like so excited to answer this question.
Me.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go on, go on.
Okay, so essentially what we have done is we've done classes, basically teaching our members about the mods, just because sometimes like the members won't have enough time to look up the mods or see how to use them or see what they all do. And so we have like a little class that they can attend, and then they can either record it or not record it, just so that way it's kind of like an interactive activity for them. And we've also done quests, a lot of quests. Basically, we have a big monthly quest, which is rotated every month, and then weekly quests, which are rotated every week. And you can record it or not record it if you would like. And then we also have like event areas, like community building for the summer. We also have a campground full of activities and stuff to do. So yeah, basically just throwing a bunch of different things at them, but making sure that they have enough time to do their own stuff as well.
They built a giant to scale cruise ship too. Just
Yeah.
wanted to say
Yep.
that.
What?
It's amazing.
What? Oh, what? Of course they did. Why wouldn't they?
We also have the help
8
of
stories.
Moon's build team though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kingdom
Oh,
of
I was gonna
Builders.
say like you guys just do it. Oh, you guys just do it.
No.
Like, shit. Full
No,
scale as well.
I commissioned them to build the spawn and paid for that, and then Moon's
Ah.
been having them help out with some of the other
Yeah,
stuff. too.
they just kind of stayed there. It's kind of like the Club Disney SMP branch of Kingdom of Builders building. And yeah, say that 10 times fast.
Yes.
And basically, CJ is obsessed with cruise ships and ships in general, and he decided to make a giant cruise ship. And it's like
Perfect.
And
10
island to go
stories.
with the cruise ship.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
it's like-
you always need the island.
like 8 to 10 stories, I think.
What?
It's
Has he decorated
crazy.
all the inside as well?
Yeah, I did the interior decorating with my friend Kitty, who's also
I
on
swear
the
he
build
started
team.
it when we were building the spawn, and it like just got finished. Like it's so big, huge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, we kind of had to move islands, so
Someone wanted to live on the island it was on.
How long?
Yes.
How
Oh,
long
no.
did that even take?
Months.
Months.
I mean,
over.
it wasn't worked on
Usually-
like every single day.
yeah.
But yeah, over months.
He actually kind of finished it within like 2 weeks,
hmm
and then Kitty and I finished decorating it in like a week, or
Yeah,
actually maybe like 4 days. Not sure.
took a while.
I think we all died a little inside.
So obviously, SMP. Oh wait. All right. No, we're gonna answer this question in chat first. So Zulu West 12 is so obviously servers. When you have a server, sometimes you have a plugin. Like, how do you guys go about getting plugins for your servers?
Well, you can find plugins on like the Spigot website. Well, if you're using plugins, you need either a Spigot or a Bucket server, I think
Mhm.
now,
Yeah.
which you do in your console. But I mean, there is a way, I think, but I don't know how, that you can have plugins and mods. So you have to choose: do you want it to be plugins or modded?
Yeah.
Maybe that was only for older versions. I don't even know
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't think you can have, just because Zach told me I had to either choose if I
Yeah.
wanted modded
Well, it's like
or
very difficult or something. I've
Yeah, there's like
never
a
even
lot of
tried.
conflicts that can come up when you do plugins and mods together.
Yeah.
But plugins are a great option for vanilla like servers or SMPs
Yeah.
because
yeah.
that was the original idea for before Club Disney was like a thing. It was going to be a vanilla server with plugins, so like a shop plugin and things like that.
Yeah,
but-
like my first SMP I ever created was vanilla with a lot of plugins. I forget all the ones that we had, but I know the main one was like MCMMO
Mhm.
because I thought that would be cool on like a private server,
Yeah, it's
which
pretty much
didn't
the
end
same
up being very
process as
cool.
like
Yeah.
modded. So you
Yeah.
you just need to go look up which plugins you want, read what they do, install them, and then you add them into the server just like you would with mods. Just
I
the only
think
thing is it's all server side, so the players don't need to have it as well.
Yeah, I think it's almost exactly the same as mods, isn't it? There's
Mhm.
like a plugin folder, you just drop the file in there and then load the server up, right?
Yep. Yeah, just you don't have to
I
give it
mean,
to the
it's more
players. It's
difficult.
all
Yeah.
it's all there.
One thing you need to make sure of when you do both plugins and mods though is make sure there are no conflicts and make sure like it's on the right version, make sure it all works, everything like
Oh.
that. Just because I did the whole like testing for the Club Disney SMP mod pack and I had to add them all one by one to make sure that they didn't conflict.
Oh, yeah,
And
I did that 2 weeks ago.
yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm glad I didn't have to do it.
I'm
Because
so
like
good
you
at that.
dump all the mods in and then it's like, oh no, it
Yeah.
crashed. And then
Yeah.
You have to figure
It's
out why.
and I don't understand the crash files that well. So it's just easier to just do
had
one
to
by one.
I've had to kind of learn like the weird like crash lingo.
Yeah.
I was able, thanks to me understanding a little bit better, I was able to add them two at a time. It was fun.
It was fun, guys, I swear.
Yeah.
It works now, it's all fine. It's fun, it's fun when it works, I swear.
Yeah.
You hit the jackpot when you put all the mods in for the first time and it runs
Yes.
smoothly.
It's wonderful. That is my
It's,
favorite.
it's
favorite
really
thing.
heartbreaking when it works first time and then you get further into the mod and you see some conflictions and you're like,
Oh.
Oh yeah, that happened in
yeah.
Hunter Baby SMP because we had I think it was Animania or something, and it ended up making total chunks corrupt.
ooh,
And
that's not fun.
yeah, and you like can't do anything about it. So I just built like a giant 256 to bedrock wall of bedrock around it so no one went in there.
I would actually like to add on to that issue that you had. So I was wanting to add Zawacraft to the Club Disney SMP mod pack. Shannon knows this because I was like super excited. I was like, I want to add this to Club Disney because it has giraffes, it has all these animals, it'd be perfect. Lion King. But then I tried to add it and it did not work with Animania. Let's just say the ocean was completely full, like completely full of dolphins, fish, sharks, and turtles.
Oh no.
It, yeah.
Wow. Isn't that, well, that just sounds like a bundle of fun right there.
So
would-
much fun.
I hope I get that for Christmas.
You don't. It crashed me twice.
So obviously like SMPs like many come to an end like so obviously there's different seasons rather than just ending it. Like when do you guys when do you think it's a good time to end it? The season, that is, not the whole thing.
Well, because Hunter Baby is going into its third season soon. Our first season ended. Well, that wasn't really my fault. That was because of something completely unrelated that I'm not going to talk about. But season 2 ended on the 1 year anniversary, but also I just kind of realized that like the player, like there was only like 2 plus me active players, and I wasn't going to like open applications again. So it's just like, okay, let's just end it. It's the 1 year anniversary. But 1 year is like pretty long time for a season, in my opinion. But yeah, in the past, it's just like when the players like, because it always happens that the players just like stop playing, or they'll end their own series, or some people just decide. Like I'm in an SMP that when it opened, it's like, okay, here's the end date. It's in 4 months. Actually, the end date was yesterday.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, you just have to kind of decide for yourself how long you want it to be. I guess
Yeah.
it also depends if it's vanilla, because if it's a vanilla SMP, which is just like no mods, then when the new update comes out, you might want to end it so that your next season can be with the new update.
Mm-hmm.
Or if
Oh,
it's
you mean-
modded, when new mods come out, if you want to add new mods, so
Yeah.
you end it so you have a next season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Katie said, you can kind of tell when people are starting to get disengaged, and if people leave, you can fill them. I know ours is planning to end only because that's how long I've paid for the server. Like when like our end date's kind of set because that's how long we're gonna have it, and then we're gonna start with like the next season if we have people interested.
Not to mention, it then kind of like gives us a decent amount of time because then people can like build things for like the holidays and stuff in Minecraft, etc. Like they
Yeah,
can
like a
have like
timeline.
basically like a timeline.
Mhm.
I mean, I suppose we can just say that we're planning on when we're planning on ending it.
Well,
I
we
was
haven't
gonna
told
say,
anyone else, so
can you tell me in my DMs, please?
Yeah, so yeah, it gives us a timeline, kind of gives us like a physical, like here's what we're gonna do from now until we're done, kind of deal. So that way, we know what's coming, and then we can let the players know what's coming.
Yeah, we have a big thing planned for our end of season.
Ooh.
She's just spoiling everything here.
Just don't do it. You can't end Club Disney SMP when I'm at Disney. That's rude.
We'll see when you leave because Shannon only has a server for a certain amount
I'm
of time.
only gonna be gone one Saturday.
Wait.
Guys, remember, guys, note down that Saturday.
I don't
Note
know.
it down.
Okay.
Yes, I got it in the books.
Yes.
Just checking if we have any other questions. as
There
well.
was one question in Minecraft, which is how do you distinguish survival multiplayer from simply playing survival on a multiplayer server?
I like
so-
that. That is a good one.
So I would say it's kind of like SMP are typically recorded. Like not all of them are recorded, but generally they are. So it's typically like a YouTuber group, and it's by invite or application only. So that is what my opinion is of the difference, I would think.
Yeah, I think SMPs have changed over the years where in the beginning, even if they were recorded, it was just like going on to a survival server and just playing. But I think it's kind of evolved more into like those events, quests, stuff to keep people engaged so that way the content can stay there. It's not just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and I think because I do know like other like public like Keemstar's Minecraft server says they have SMP, which I mean technically it is a survival multiplayer world, but to me, when you would say SMP, I'm gonna think about like the private like whitelisted YouTuber groups. So
Yeah, it's more of a tighter community than
Yeah.
just a bunch of people on a server kind of doing their own
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
Did anyone else notice any other questions? If not, we can round it up a little. Yes.
I don't see any more questions. Does anybody have any more questions? This reminds me of that one Baby Shark one.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I can start singing it right now.
Oh no! Don't no copyright! Copyright!
No. Sing it off key. Do.
Da-da-da-da-do-do. Yeah, I would say an SMP is just more private than a public server multiplayer, survival multiplayer.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
more private. It's more like an actual like community is built up.
How do you distinguish between the two? Well, like I said, yeah, because the like YouTuber SMP isn't, it's like you've allowed people to join it, or you've like, like you've invited people. It's not like a public server that you can just like tweet out that a lot of people will join, because especially with the modded, there's no like plugins to keep. Because like, I mean, obviously if you make it public, like it's gonna get like griefed or like
Right,
destroyed. So you like trust the people who are your members that they're not gonna destroy your world
Mm-hmm.
On
And
that note, I
because
would back them up. On that note, I would,
Yes.
however, back up your servers beforehand just in case there is someone who does grief or something. That way you
or
don't
like you
lose
have a
all the hard
corrupt
work.
chunk.
Yeah, or you accidentally set the wrong version of Minecraft.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
have
that's
never
a
done
big
that
thing too,
before.
when you have like a private series. I would definitely make backups if you have a private modded series
Mhm.
because
Please.
if you join it and you're not with the correct mods, you will mess it up and you can never come back to it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Just like end your
Uh,
episode, close the server or close the save, make it back up
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it's
Do that frequently as well. Like,
yes.
Yep.
honestly, don't be like, I'll do it in a month. Don't do it in a month because anything can happen in a month. You'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
I
that's
would-
a month's of work gone.
I would do it every time you go on, like every time you
Yeah.
finish and like go off. Like
Yeah.
after you do like record an episode or something, then just like back it up as like you're saving your footage or something. That way you can.
Yeah. And that's what I've
multitask.
done before. Like like in the
Yeah.
private world, I would
Mhm.
record the episode, close it, save or back it up because I accidentally did that once.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for Moonsgrab.
Yeah.
All right. If we don't have any more questions, I will round this panel up for today. The last panel, I think, as well. I think you guys know the last one.
Ooh.
So I was in
Oh,
the
best
very
for
first panel
last.
ever and the very last panel ever.
Oh.
You started and ended with a bang.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang. All right. We're going to talk to the camera. Thank you guys for coming to this panel, the last panel of today.